What is up, PS5 Nexus crew? Get ready, because we are dropping some insane PlayStation news that you absolutely cannot miss. First up, the PlayStation 6. We're talking leaks that could redefine console power, with whispers of hardware rivaling the absolute top-tier PC GPUs out there. Could Sony be planning a massive leap for their next console? We're diving deep into the specs and what it all means for you. Next, we're shifting gears to the minds behind the games. Industry analysts are weighing in on what might actually be the biggest constraint for the PlayStation 6. Forget handheld dreams, they're pointing to something that could impact every single game you play. What is this surprising factor that could limit next-gen development? And speaking of next-gen, prepare yourselves because we might have just seen the very first glimpse of it. Hideo Kojima, the mastermind behind Metal Gear Solid and Death Stranding, has teased his upcoming project PHYSINT. But here's the kicker. Some are speculating that this jaw-dropping footage could be our first look at a PlayStation 6 game in action. Is this the future of PlayStation graphics? And that's just the beginning of what's shaking up the PlayStation world. We've got leaks, expert analysis, and potential next-gen reveals all dropping today. You don't want to miss a single second of this. So make sure you're subscribed, hit that notification bell, and let us know in the comments what you're most excited about. Let's get into it. Sony's PS6, a leap into the future or just wishful thinking? Get ready, gamers, because the rumor mill is churning faster than ever, and this time the whispers are about the PlayStation 6. Reputed hardware leaker, Moore's Law is Dead, has just dropped some truly mind-blowing claims about Sony's next-generation console. We're talking about specs that could potentially rival NVIDIA's upcoming RTX 5090, a graphics card that's expected to be astronomically expensive on its own. This leak suggests the PS6, rumored to launch around 2027, might pack an AMD Orion APU with up to 10 Zen 6 cores and a GPU featuring RDNA 5 architecture, boasting an incredible 440 teraflops of raw power. Imagine ray tracing performance matching a future flagship PC GPU, all in a console. But let's pump the brakes for a second. While these numbers are electrifying, console manufacturers are known for their marketing prowess, and these figures are certainly ambitious. However, the continued evolution of custom silicon, like the PS5's Tempest audio processor, points towards Sony's strategy of specialized chips. The leak also touches on more grounded features, like the continuation of the detachable disk drive and the possibility of a companion handheld device, a second attempt at portable gaming after the Vita. Pricing speculation suggests Sony might be aiming for aggressive numbers to counter Microsoft's next Xbox. The reality check is that we're years away from official details, and development priorities can shift. Still, if even a fraction of these claims prove true, the future of PlayStation gaming looks incredibly bright. Don't go anywhere, because the next piece of PS6 intel might just change how developers approach making games for it. Up next, we're breaking down what industry analysts are saying could be the real limiting factor for next-gen PlayStation titles. The unexpected bottleneck for PS6 games revealed. While we're all dreaming of the raw power of the PlayStation 6, a surprising perspective from industry experts suggests that the true challenge for next-gen game development might not be the console's hardware itself, but something far more pervasive: PC ports. Industry analyst Brian Heemskirk from Massive Damage Games shared insights that challenge the focus on potential handheld devices limiting development. He argues that the increasing trend of major PlayStation titles launching on PC shortly after their console debut forces developers to design games with a vast range of PC hardware in mind from the outset. This means developers can't fully push the PS6's unique hardware to its absolute limit, if doing so would create compatibility issues for future PC versions that need to run on older or less powerful components. Advanced upscaling technologies like DLSS and FSR help bridge performance gaps between devices, making scaling more manageable. However, the fundamental need to ensure a game runs well on a wide spectrum of PC hardware inherently restricts how aggressively developers can utilize exclusive console features or push the boundaries of a single platform's peak performance. This shift prioritizes broader compatibility over cutting-edge, system-specific innovation, potentially signaling the end of an era where games were built solely to maximize a single console's power. So, while developers are thinking about PCs, could we have already seen a glimpse of what the PS6 itself can do? Coming up, a legendary developer might have just dropped the first-ever footage of a next-gen PlayStation game. Hideo Kojima's next project, our first look at PS6 graphics. Prepare to have your mind blown, PlayStation fans. During the recent Beyond the Strand event, legendary game director Hideo Kojima offered a sneak peek at his upcoming title, PHYSINT. While the presentation was officially a facial animation test for the game, speculation is running wild that we might have just witnessed our very first glimpse of a PlayStation 6 game. The graphics shown were nothing short of breathtaking, pushing the boundaries of realism to an almost unbelievable degree. Given Kojima's own statements that PHYSINT is at least 5 to 6 years away from completion, and with the PS6 rumored for a 2027 launch, it lines up perfectly for this to be a flagship PS6 title, potentially launching around 2030. While most games are developed on high-end PCs, it's entirely plausible that select studios, including Kojima Productions, are already working with PS6 development kits. This means the animation tests we saw could very well be indicative of the PS6's graphical capabilities. Adding to the star power, Kojima revealed that PHYSINT will feature actors like Charlie Fraser and Don Lee, with fan-favorite Minami Hameib also on board. There's even speculation that Robert Pattinson might be taking on the lead role, fueled by a recent meeting between Kojima and the actor and the resemblance to the character in the official PHYSINT artwork. Whether it's confirmed PS6 footage or not, this tease offers an incredible look at the future of PlayStation visuals. But wait, there's more. We've covered the potential specs, the development challenges, and even early visuals. Now, let's wrap it all up with what you need to know. PS6 leaks, unpacking the next-gen powerhouse. The PlayStation 6 is still a few years away, but the leaks and rumors are painting an astonishing picture of Sony's next-gen ambitions. We're hearing about an AMD, Orion, APU with Zen 6 cores and RDNA 5 architecture, potentially delivering a staggering 440 teraflops of power. This isn't just an incremental upgrade. It's a potential leap that could see the PS6 matching or even surpassing high-end PC graphics cards like the rumored NVIDIA RTX 5090. Imagine native 8K gaming, lightning-fast load times thanks to next-gen SSDs, and even more immersive VR experiences, possibly with wireless headsets as Sony continues its collaboration with AMD on AI-powered technologies like Project Amethyst. Beyond raw power, expect Sony to continue its smart strategy of custom silicon and backward compatibility, ensuring your PS5 library remains accessible. There's also talk of a detachable disk drive and even a potential handheld variant. Pricing is expected to be competitive, likely ranging from $499 to $600, reflecting both hardware costs and market strategy. However, analysts like Brian Heemskirk caution that the drive for PC ports might influence game design, preventing developers from pushing the console's hardware to its absolute limit. Meanwhile, Hideo Kojima's PHYSINT project, with its hyper-realistic visuals and ambitious timeline, might just be our first tantalizing peek at what the PS6 is truly capable of. The future of PlayStation is looking incredibly powerful and immersive. Alright, that's a wrap on today's PlayStation News Deluge. But before you go, let's hit you with a quick recap and tell you how to stay locked in with PS5 Nexus. And that's a wrap on today's PlayStation News Blitz. We dove deep into the mind-blowing PS6 leaks, heard from analysts about the real challenges for next-gen games, and even got a potential first look at PS6 visuals from Hideo Kojima himself. You absolutely need to hit that like button if you're hyped for the future of PlayStation. Subscribe to PS5 Nexus for all your gaming news, hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single upload, and drop a comment below telling us which of these stories blew your mind the most. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media channels for even more gaming content. We'll see you in the next one.